What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. We are going to be going over all the drawing submissions that I got last Friday, so a week from today when the video's up, November 3rd at my Tucson Kaiju Festival at Bookman's East. All I can say is if you saw the follow-up video, if you saw that in the hall and everything, you know where my emotions are. I am still just blown away by it all. It is just absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. I just love how happy everybody was. And, you know, all I can say is I can't wait to bring it back again, hopefully next year. Not confirming anything yet, but it is a high probability that the Tucson Kaiju Festival is going to be back in 2024. So, without further ado, I got a lot of great submissions here. I did keep the kids kaiju drawing was, you know, kids kaiju drawing. If you guys saw the schedule and everything like that, it was mainly for kids 12 and under. But surprised, I had young adults to even a little older adults come around and want to draw a kaiju. And it was kind of just like, well, I'm not going to tell you no. If you want to draw and submit something, go for it. So I got a lot of great drawing submissions. And just because that, you know, the depth of each kind of artistry is so different, I broke it up into two categories. So you heard that right. We're going to have two winners, which means we don't just have one Godzilla, but we have two Godzillas. What does it mean? That means we're going to have two winners, and each one will receive their own giant size Godzilla 54. So I can't wait to get these prizes out to the winners. Winners have already been picked, so I'm just going to let you know how this video is going to go. We are going to be going over, you know, each category separately, and then I'm going to show you guys my top 3 from the category, and then I'm going to show you who ultimately won. So, just to get straight on into this video, big shout out to GojiFan93, my good buddy Chris, his mom, Judy. She was nice enough and she ran the drawing table. She didn't have to. I was probably going to have one of my other staff do it. But she ran that table the whole day, saw a bunch of awesome just people drawing just kaiju all day. And it was just fantastic. She even made this little sign here. Draw a kaiju for a chance to win Godzilla, but it's no longer just one Godzilla. Again, Nick Adams from the Monster Report can't get enough of the line. We have two Godzillas. What does it mean? So, again, we got two winners. Really happy to do this. Thank you all again who submitted drawings. I'm going to go through each drawing one by one, like I said, from each category. Then I'm going to do a top 3, and then I will show you who ultimately won. I will talk about each drawing as well as we go along. So, you guys, hope you're ready to see all this awesome art from all these wonderful, talented people. And let's just get right on started. So first here, we have Gavin. Now, Gavin did put his information on the front part of the picture. I'm going to cover that up with my hand just so his information doesn't get out there. And, you know, because I did make sure that a lot of the submissions, they put their information on the back so I could contact them. So, Gavin, great submission. I love it. Let me just get this covered here. Gavin did an awesome picture of Godzilla in kind of a mini cityscape. Certain things I love about this picture. I love the fighter jet that's firing at Godzilla. It definitely gives off the vibe of those old 50s type saber planes that are used in the Toho films. Really, really love that. And I also love the leg muscles. You know, the detail on the leg muscles and everything like that. I thought that was great. So Gavin, great submission. And if I butcher any names here, I apologize. Some of the names are kind of hard for me to wonder what the actual pronunciation is. But here we have Zarek or Zarek, who did an awesome picture of Godzilla here in kind of like a close-up city destruction scene. I really like the way that this building here is broken away. I like the way the flames are. I even like the little touch of detail here of Godzilla's, you know, gum mandible line membrane there with the red and everything. And I love the way he did the teeth. It's just a really, really great submission. So awesome job, Zarek or Zarik. Again, apologies if I mispronounce any names. Next up here we have Daniel with a very abstract piece. Now, one thing I will say about this is with the colors and everything used and kind of the way it looks, I want to say that this might be a sea anemone kaiju or maybe a coral reef kaiju, which has never been heard of before. So very, very cool submission. Again, I like the use of all the colors. Again, it is a very abstract piece, but that is what it looks like to me. So Daniel, great job. Great job. I like the idea of like a coral reef kaiju. Wouldn't that be cool? Next on here, his name is on the front, but no other information, so that's okay. We have Elijah here with Godzilla blasting his atomic breath over the city, and he got like smoke and stuff in the background, so it's got some depth. You know, I like the way he did the atomic ray with the dark blue on the outer edges and the lighter blue in the center. I even like how Godzilla's face is kind of charged up with the light as well. And then the dorsal spines look really nice with the blue on the outer edges and more dark in the middle. Great, great job, Elijah. And Elijah kind of did a 2-for-1 here. I was really curious on where was this drawing going, because this looks great. So fantastic job, Elijah, on both front and back. Next up, we have Zaduk or Zadok. Again, I apologize for any mispronunciations, but he did a really off-the-wall kaiju. Like, when you think about somebody going to draw a monster, right? You think, oh, I'm going to draw Godzilla, or Rodan, or Mothra, you know, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla even. But Biollante, talk about like a special kaiju to come to a kid's mind to want to draw. You know what I mean? I feel like at this age, I don't know how old Zadok is, but like there was a time when I was a kid, I was scared to watch Godzilla versus Biollante because Biollante scared me as a kid. I actually had nightmares from Biollante for a short period of time, and I wouldn't watch it that much. And now that I'm older, it's like one of my favorite Godzilla movies. But when I was a kid, probably this age, I was scared of it. I wouldn't watch it. So the fact that, again, I'm going to draw Biollante is just like, whoa, you know, that's like a kid saying, I'm going to draw Yongari or Gappa, you know, Manda even, Kamacuras Kumonga, you know, some of those just more off-the-wall kaiju. So it's really cool to see this submission. That is why this submission really, really stands out. Great job on Biollante, Zaduk or Zadok. Great job. This one here, I don't really have a name and I don't want to put on the Snapchat or anything like that, but it is also written on the back Gohan, but we all know that's the Dragon Ball Z character. But here we have a nice submission of Mothra. I like the use of the colors here. The colors are correct. I even like the pointiness of the wings versus like a more rounded wing. I like that touch. The eyes and everything look great. All the little legs and everything. Great, great submission of Mothra here. Again, the colors are just bam. I just think it's awesome. Now we have Jan. Jan here did a picture of Godzilla. And this is actually really similar to how I would have drawn Godzilla. Heck, this is kind of still how I do draw Godzilla. I am not an artist by far. As far as the legs and the tail go, that reminds me so much of how, again, I don't care, I draw Godzilla. You know, the way I drew him as a kid and all that good stuff. I just, it was just a throwback for me. So again, great submission, great picture. Jan, awesome job. Here we have, so some people did submit a few different pictures. And so we have again here the Snapchat person that had the Gohan on the back of the picture, I imagine. Nothing kaiju, but we got a superhero submission here. We kind of got a depiction there of the 2099 Spider-Man and a classic Spider-Man look head. And then it looks like there's something else going on there, but it doesn't look like he was too thrilled with that. But that is still okay. Great submission. It's still going to go in a scrapbook, because that is one thing with all these drawings that I'm going to be doing. And if I am going to continue to do the Tucson Kaiju Festival every year, if I can, I am going to throw together a scrapbook with all of these pictures and drawings, and I'm going to separate it by years. So of course, I didn't do a kaiju drawing contest in 2019 when I first did my first festival, but this one will start with 2013, and then I'll even have the winners, posted kind of probably up front, and maybe with like a little sticker that says winner, or put a star on it or something. And that way people can flip through it every year at the festival and see who's won the past ones, what are all the different submissions and everything like that. And that way we can throw together a really awesome Tucson Kaiju Festival scrapbook of just awesome, talented kids and adults. So, I'm just really looking forward to what's to come with the Tucson Kaiju Festival. I'm so glad that my creation is a success. Again, thank you to everybody who came to support, who were involved with everything, and you guys are all just great. Thank you all so much. Let's continue on. So again, very awesome submission here of some Spider-Man, and let's move on to the next one here, where we have Rex. Man, what a first name. I wish my parents named me Rex. That would have been a cool first name, Rex. So, we have Rex here with a very good submission of Godzilla blasting his atomic breath. What's cool about this one is Godzilla's mouth. As you can see, it is very wide open, and he's just like, ah! And it just kind of gives off a Shin Godzilla vibe, if you ask me. So, great submission here, Rex. I really love this one. It made me smile. Next up, we have Carolyn. Carolyn did a really cool submission here of Gojira. And if you ask me, this looks like Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Hedorah, because doesn't it look like he's lifted off the ground a little bit? It almost looks like he's using his ray to fly backwards, if you ask me. So this one's really cool because, again, Smog Monster is one of my favorite films. Now, whether that's what Carolyn was going for or not, that is what I see. And I absolutely love it. Again, never forget Godzilla can fly. Moving on to the next one, we have Cooper. Cooper did a very nice abstract piece, and if you can't tell what that is already, this is King Ghidorah. I like how he put these lines in here for the wings, kind of separating the membranes a little bit. You have the middle head here, which is very prominent and easy to see, but then the other heads, they can almost kind of be hidden in here off to the sides somewhere. And then of course down below you have some planes and jets and either, fire or dust, just destruction and mayhem. So very great abstract piece of King Ghidorah. Cooper, you did an awesome job. Another off-the-wall kaiju, and one of my favorites. We have Lemmy here, who's 11 years old, and did Baragon by the looks of it. I really love this. Definitely gave Baragon that dog kaiju look, because everybody's called Baragon, pretty much a dog kind of kaiju because of his ears and everything. And, even though there's no horn or anything like that, it's just a very nice rendition of Baragon. And I just love the representation. I love the heat ray. Again, Baragon should have had his heat ray in GMK. Baragon. That's why the show of Baragon's awesome. So, yeah. See? Right there. Show Baragon. So, great submission. I love it. Now, this one here is from Chris's mom, so Goji Fan 93's mom, Judy. She was running the table, but she decided to do her own little drawing. And she even put a little note here and says, I cheated and still can't draw Godzilla. And then she did a little picture of herself, and it says Chris's mom on her trip to Japan. So, really, really fun little submission here by your mom, Chris. Tell her thank you again for everything that she did that day. You know, running the table, it was just, you know, she didn't have to, but I'm glad that she had a blast, and she even said that she would come back and do that again. So, from the bottom of my heart, that means a lot. To have support, to have, you know, people who just want to throw in and just be involved and being a staff or, you know, one of my activity people. Thank you so much. So, this was awesome. Thank you. Now, we are moving on to Elijah here, which Elijah looks like he did maybe a ladybug kaiju. And all I can say is I love the color on this one. You know, this could be maybe a ladybug kaiju that comes from like South America or Ecuador, or maybe somewhere deep in the Congo in Africa, you know, with the green and the orange and red specks and everything. Awesome. You know, again, you think about ideas like that and throw it into a picture, even though it may not be. It's cool to just throw a lore thing out there, you know, and you know, give it a cool name or something like that, you know. So I really like this one. Again, I like the colors. Perfect. I love it. And then we have another one here from, I think, that same person, but here is Gohan again with a submission of Gamera. I really like the use of green on this one. Again, this is kind of how I draw Gamera when I was younger. I haven't drawn Gamera in a long time. And, you know, it probably would still be close to it. But it looks fantastic. I actually really like the face. The face reminds me a lot of the Showa Gamera. So, really like that. As you all know, I love anything Showa, whether it's Godzilla, Gamera, any other type of tokusatsu. I love the Showa stuff. So, no, very great submission here of Gamera. And we have a few more here. We have Mackenzie here. This is kind of a big one. Mackenzie here with a very, very nice cityscape with a Godzilla-like kaiju. Not 100% Godzilla. But I like the cityscape. I like the colors that she used. I like the depth. I like the, you know, cloud, smoky background. I like the helicopters too. The helicopters are really cool. You got a heat ray. This kaiju is holding onto a person and they're just screaming away. Ah! You know, the depth on this one is fantastic. All the back and armor plating detail and everything. Oh, it's wonderful. So Mackenzie, great submission. Awesome job. And then we have Ivan, age 14. Ivan here drew a very nice picture of Godzilla. I like the dorsal plates, and I even like the little touch of the ear there. And that reminds me a lot of the Heisei series. So this Godzilla's got a little Heisei ear going on. Great submission. Love the dorsal plates. I love the face. I love the eye. I love the teeth. Oh, fantastic submission, Ivan. Great job, buddy. And finally, from this category, we have Kelly. And Kelly here did a very awesome picture of Godzilla 2000 with hints of blue outlined. I love the way the inner part of the body is all shaded in and everything. It just looks very majestic looking. I love the fire. I love the eyes. I love the dorsal plates, and I even love the hint of dorsal plates on the top and the bottom side of the tail. Awesome submissions, you guys. Again, it was really hard to pick a top 3 from this category. But we do have our top 3. Let me just go back through and grab those for you really quick. And we'll talk about top 3s, and then we'll talk about the main winners and everything. Okay. So, our top 3 submissions are Zaduk or Zadok with Violante, Mackenzie with her very depth photo of a kaiju destroying the city, and then we have Cooper with his abstract version of King Ghidorah. So these are our top 3s. I'll try to hold them up in a way to where they work. I'm kind of glad I bought thicker cardstock paper for these drawings because I can kind of hold them up without them folding too much. But here are the top 3 from the first category. Was very hard to choose because the depth and everything going on in this one by Mackenzie is just fantastic. And it was just, as you guys can tell, it was really hard to choose. You know, again, the depth of this one. You have the abstractness of this one and King Ghidorah and everything. I just thought was fantastic looking. And then, of course, you have Violante here. Just, you know, again, just, you know, for a kid to think, I'm going to draw Violante, you know, is just crazy. And you have the acid spray and everything in there. You know, the way all the different tentacles and everything, all the different heads at the end of those look a little different. Again, the use of the colors, the way the core came out, it just looks outstanding. And between all 3 of these, though, I have to give it to Zaduk Zadok as the winner for this category with the Violante. Again, it was a really hard choice. It was not easy between these other 2 here. But as you guys can tell, this was not easy to choose. This was not easy to choose, and it just gets more difficult from here. So again, awesome job. Winners have been contacted. So Zaduk Zadok, again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing a name. Awesome job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now, we are on to the next part of submissions here. So, we have here one of my favorite kaiju, and this was done by Percy. Percy did Hedra here. I really, really like this. I even like how he put the kanji for Hedra up at the top here, and Hedra's coming out of a, you know, radioactive waste barrel and everything. The colors, again, I just think that this was just so awesome. Great job, Percy, and doing one of my favorite movies for sure. You know, one of my, you know, because I love Godzilla vs. Hedra. So this is great. After that, we have a really cool one by Lynette. Lynette did this. I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. Lynette spent a long time on this. From Chris's mom being there, she said that she spent like at least over an hour, possibly almost 2 hours, maybe even longer on this piece. And this is all just by pencil and colored pencils, you guys. There were no pens. This was all pencil and colored pencil. And Lynette here did an awesome picture of Otachi from Pacific Rim. It just the depth on this one. You know, Otachi's coming out of the rift. Is that what it was called? Or the bridge, you know, the kaiju bridge between worlds. And I just love the colors. I love just all the shading. What a fantastic piece. And Lynette, I'm going to give you some extra credit. I'm going to cover up your information here. But, I mean, she went as far as to testing colors on the back of her drawing. You know, all that is color testing. So, again, amazing submission of Otachi here from Pacific Rim. This is absolutely beautiful. Next up here we have Olivia, who did a very awesome picture of Godzilla. I love the lightning in the background. I love the almost like sunset. You know, Tucson and Arizona in general is known for their sunrises and sunsets. And this right here just almost gives the impression that Godzilla is in Arizona somewhere, because you just have that awesome, beautiful colored sky in the background. And again, just the way the shading is around the edges of Godzilla here with the light and everything. Great submission. The dorsal spines. Oh, guys, you can already tell this one was hard to pick some winners from. Next up, we have my buddy Ranjan here with his Fishman. Yes, so this is my buddy Raj. He's the one that kind of helps me, put together festival stuff. He's the one that really helped me get this off the ground in 2019. So shout out to him. But we have Raj with Fishman, and it just made me laugh and smile. So Raj, thank you for your submission, dude. It looks great. Now we have this person wanted to remain anonymous, so I will respect that. But, so, this person, and he even titled it, Phantom of the Reef, Gorgodon. And this is like a Biollante on steroids, if you ask me. The amount of detail put into this is amazing. And I even like the touch, whether it was intentional or not. All of these look like Titanosaurus tails. So it's like, who's to say that this isn't a Titanosaurus, a Biollante hybrid? Again, just all the details, everything going on here in the back. Just wow. So again, anonymous person, but fantastic submission. I love it. Let's see. We have Michaela here. This one is really cute. I like this one. Just a really simple Godzilla and then rawr. So I really like the colors on this. Again, the eye just makes it all the better. You know, the teeth and everything. Just fantastic submission. So Michaela, great job. This one really made me smile. This one here is very impressive because, as we all know, there was the shorts that came out, right? So you had the Godzilla vs. Megalon short that was animated, and then you had the Godzilla vs. Jet Jaguar short, correct? So guys, the Godzilla vs. Megalon short, by the time my festival was going on, hadn't even been like circulated for 24 hours, if that barely, right? Evan here threw together a picture perfect of the new Megalon with fighting Godzilla using the energy punch technique. So the fact that that short had not even been out for a full day, if that, and he was able to replicate a picture with just pencils and colored pencils. Evan, dude, wow, this is incredible. Great submission. And then finally, we have my buddy Raj, again, another one of his submissions that's very funny, the Roach. I like this one. I like the little, jean pants that the Roach has on. I even like the little Godzilla over here in the side and everything. So Raj, great submission here with the Roach. I like the cigar. I like the little pistol. Very great and fun submission here, Raj. Thank you again, buddy. And that is it for that category. So as you guys can see, how did I pick a top 3? Well, my wife definitely helped me out. She definitely helped me choose because sometimes I can be very indecisive. So let me go ahead and get our top 3s here, and we will go from there. So again, guys, from all of those submissions, picking a top 3 was not easy. Let me see how I can do this, because this is going to be a little bit of a trick. But here are our top 3 submissions, so you know. So these ended up being top 3, you guys. Very, very hard to pick. Very, very hard to choose from this. As much, and each one has its own special, you know, the amount of detail in this one. The fact that Evan was able to replicate the new Megalon and everything on paper from the short not even being out a whole day. That's incredible. And then you have the depth of this one with all the different colors and shading and everything. And it's like, it was so hard to choose a winner from these three. But in the end, I have to give it to Lynette here with Otachi. This picture, she just worked so many hours on and just was dedicated to it. Like, the whole festival was going on. There was so much to do and go look at and other activities, but she was so dedicated. Not to say that nobody else was dedicated. You all did amazing submissions, and this was very, very hard to choose. Even with me and my wife both picking, it was very hard to choose. I mean, look at all the submissions yourselves, you guys. You guys just saw them all. You can tell how hard this was to choose a winner. It really, really, really was. I mean, just fantastic. But I have to give it to Lynette here with Otachi. So we have Zadok and Lynette with their Biollante and Otachis that will be winning. So here are our winners of the 2023 Tucson Kaiju Festival drawing contest. And of course, you guys will be receiving your large-scale Godzilla 1954s soon. So thank you again all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these submissions. This was great to do. Of course, Kaiju Drawing will make its return to the Tucson Kaiju Festival in the future. And I would love to do this again. And so guys, thank you again all so much. There's still more Tucson Kaiju Festival videos and stuff to come from me and all my other YouTube buddies that were there. Again, Nick Adams from the Monster Report, GojiFan93, ZillaFan85, Eli the Mini Monster Report. Go subscribe, like all their stuff. Guys, give them support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe over here. Atomic blast that like button. Smash that like button. Atomic blast that notification bell. Smash that notification bell. Guys, thank you all so much. You know, we are Godzilla fan freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.